Hey fam, welcome to another episode of the Flirty 15. I'm your host, Heidi B. Heidi B. I don't know. It's a little earlier than I'm normally on here, and I may have just run my first name and last initial right together. I'm your host, Heidi B. I am so thrilled that you're joining me this morning. So I normally do the Flirty 15 at 10 a Pacific PST every day on IG Live, but I have some exciting plans today, and so I had to bump it up a little bit early, which is all good because you can check it out on my IGTV or on my stories. You can find it everywhere, so it's really no big deal. Although if you're here live, I can answer your question in real time. So what's going on today? Oh, here's why I do this. I'm a speaker, author, and relationship expert. My first book, Relationship Ready, is available on Amazon in paperback, on Audible, and on Kindle. I personally think Audible is the best way to listen because it's narrated by yours truly. Anyway, all you gotta do is swoop over to Amazon to pick that up if you like what I'm putting down here. Okay, so today we are talking about the age-old issue, on again, off again partners. So one of the reasons I was thinking about this is that yesterday, or maybe earlier in the week, I don't know if it was yesterday, they're kind of all blending together. I did a Flirty 15 on different types of unavailability. Now, anyone who follows me, follows this account, follows my work, has listened to me on podcasts, I can rant and rave about unavailable partners from the rooftops. I think it is such a big deal. I think it is something we gloss over so easily. So it's a really big part of my heart to actually talk openly about what an unavailable partner looks like. It was a huge part of my story. And so you guys know the format. Here, I'm always going to tell you a little bit about my own experience with whatever topic we're talking about. And then I'm going to give you some tools so that you can move through it on your own. So, I feel like on again, off again. Raise your hand if you've been there. Lock the elbow out. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Show me your armpit. I don't care. I want to see it because I feel like this is such a relatable topic. Almost every woman I know has the experience of an ex that they just can't let go of. It is probably one of the most common it's practically like a coming of age experience to have that first boyfriend that you just can't fully let go, to have that guy that you date in your 30s that you just can't let go. And so it's important. Here's the thing though. We have to let go that which does not longer, what am I trying to say? We have to let go that which no longer serves us. Coffee time. If we are constantly hanging on to something that we have decided doesn't serve us, we have no room for the universe, spirit, God, higher power, energy, whatever it is, just like the random act of chance to bring us something new. Oh, hey girl, how are you? I'm happy to see you here. So on again, off again is super comfortable for some people. There are a lot of people that get in this pattern really early on in their lives where they break up with someone and then that person comes groveling back to them and then they get back together, or vice versa. They get broken up with, they go back groveling back to somebody who acquiesces and they get back together, and there really is a roller coaster of highs and lows. Break up, grovel, get back together, break up, grovel, get back together. And there is something to taking a moment to have a look at that pattern and go, do I get something out of it? Is there something about on again, off again that makes me feel powerful? If you're the person who's doing the breaking up, is there something about breaking up with this person again and again that makes you feel like you're in charge, that makes you feel like you're in control, that makes you feel powerful? If you're the person who's getting broken up with and you go back to the breakup and you do all the right things in order to be taken back, is that giving you a sense of power? Like, look, I won them over. They thought they didn't want to be with me, but haha, joke's on them. We're back together, right? So I really think that honestly, the core of on again, off again is really rooted in a power dynamic that isn't necessarily healthy. Oh, hi, I'm so happy you're joining. So that's why it's important to have a look at, what do I really get from being involved in an on again, off again relationship, right? So, and I guess I'll move into my own experience around this. I was in a place, right before I did the work that I outlined in Relationship Ready. So probably 7 or 8 years ago now. Oh my God, could it be that long? So 7 or 8 years ago, I was in a place where I was just kind of like running rampant around Portland here, doing whatever I wanted to, talking to whoever I wanted to, sleeping with whoever I wanted to. And it wasn't serving me anymore. It really didn't make me feel good at all. And the reality was that I didn't have any other, it's not that there was a problem with it, it's that it wasn't really what was on my heart. and I didn't have any tools or skills to honor what was authentically on my heart and what I really wanted, which was a long-term relationship. So I started doing the work that I outlined in Relationship Ready, and I had a mentor who was helping me through the process. And at the time, she suggested that I take a 30-day no contact. She suggested, sorry, it's been a minute. She suggested that I stop interacting with men in a one-on-one capacity for the duration of the work. I thought it was going to take 30 days. If you know my story, you know it took much longer than that. So I was reluctant to do that because I was getting such a rush, so much power out of the flirtation, the leading on, the roller coaster ride was really making me feel powerful, and a bunch of other stuff. I mean, power is really only one of the dynamics, the complex dynamics that were going on behind that. So I reluctantly agreed. But one of the things I said to her was like, oh, I don't know, like I have a couple guys barking up my tree right now, and like, I don't know, like I really like that attention. It feels really good. And she said, I promise you that if you do the work that I outline here, you won't even be attracted to that type of guy anymore. And that was something that really blew my mind. And I think it's something and it was true. She was right. By the time I had finished the work that we had gone through together, I had completely transformed as a woman. And the type of men that I had been attracted to at the beginning, that I was so worried about losing their attention, losing, being in a game with them. Like I didn't even care about that stuff 11 months later when I finished the work that she'd outlined, right? So that's important when it comes to on again, off again, because I think that what happens when we're on the roller coaster of on again, off again, and we're getting the rush of break up, gravel, get back together. And we're getting the power trip of feeling like we're in control. We can forget that if we were to give ourselves a little bit of emotional bandwidth from that person, and if we were to really assess what it is that we're looking for, what it is that they're bringing to the table, what it is that we're getting out of the relationship, and do a little bit additional work on our relationship selves, we would find that we're not even that person that we feel so energetically connected to, that we feel so corded to, that we feel like we have to go on again, off again with. On the other side of this work, we wouldn't have that feeling about them. It's because we are so close to it. We are so much like in the shit with it that we can't get any space from it to think about like what we really, really want. So on the other side of an on again, if you can give yourself a break, some distance, a 30-day no contact, a block on all social media platforms, you can give yourself some emotional bandwidth to go, okay, is this something that I even really want? Do I even really like this person? Because that's something I think about all the time. I'm not friends with any of my exes, and I actually don't know a lot of people that are, to be honest. The women that I run with are not friendly with exes. And part of the reason I think that is true, and I know for me, I'll speak for myself. Part of the reason I'm not friends with exes is that, one, it doesn't honor my current relationship. Like I want to prioritize and honor my current relationship, my husband who I love. I want him to know that I'm fully committed, that I'm not interested really in attention from anyone else, right? So that's the first thing. The second reason that I'm not friends with any of my exes is that I really truly feel like if we could be friends or friendly, then we wouldn't be exes, right? So don't forget that there is that piece to it, part of the breakup. If you are serious about breaking up with someone and it's not a power play and you're not like connected to the on again, off again, I want you to think about like the fact that you're breaking up with them because fundamentally you don't get along, fundamentally you don't see eye to eye, the arguments, the disagreements. It's like, if we could be really good friends, then we would be able to make this work. That's truly how I feel about it. But the reality is, everybody's got an opinion. So take it or leave it. It's okay if that doesn't jive for you, if that's not aligned with your thought. But I do think that when we have a breakup and we decide to be friends, we get dangerously close to the on again, off again. Because I know so many women I work with go through a breakup and they go, oh, well, we're going to break up, but we're going to stay friends because we've been together for so long. And deep down, I know he's a really good guy, but we're just not good for each other. So we're not going to be together. And like, we're just going to be friends. And also I don't want him to think I'm a bitch. So it's like, I'm just going to stay friends with him. Okay, fine. Well, then 2 months later, he's got a thing for her again, or she's got a thing for him. She's pining over him, or he's pining over her. So inevitably, one of them wants to start things back up, and then they try it again. So now they're back on, and then 3 months later, they realize that they do not work as a couple, so they're back off, and then they still try to be friends, and the cycle continues. So I would just say, tread lightly on the idea of being friends with your ex. I think it is kind of a funnel for the on again, off again. I think it's a socially constructed idea that isn't necessarily healthy and doesn't necessarily honor what a lot of us want. So I would always say, when you're going through a breakup, I always suggest a 30-day no contact in order to give yourself some emotional bandwidth to really assess, what do I want? Does what I have with this person honor what I want? Usually it won't. So you don't have to worry about getting back together. That's why you broke up in the first place, right? So those are, I think that is really what it comes down to on this, which is that on again, off again is something that's super common. It's really comfortable for a lot of people. It's something a lot of people have done for a long time. And it's something that the cultural construction of friends with exes kind of funnels us back into. So I would tell you this. When you're going through a breakup, 30 days no contact, and start to think about what you really want in your relationship and what really honors you. Okay, I'm cutting the Flirty 15 short for today because we are off on an adventure with my family, so it's really only the Flirty 10, but I'm so grateful that you joined me this morning. Thank you so much for hopping on here. As always, I want to remind you that this platform is to serve you, so if you have any questions about dating, love, relationships, please DM them to me. I would be happy to answer them for you. I love to talk about all those things, plus girl gang, friendship stuff, whatever it is. If you're feeling super brave and you want to get some on-the-spot coaching, you can let me know ahead of time and I will add you to my IG Live and we can go back and forth on here, which would be super fun. Anyone who's brave enough to do that, I would be forever grateful to you. And I think that is all. Tomorrow, I'll be back to normal time, 10 a.m. PST tomorrow, IG Live. See you then.